Election day all across Texas, in fact, in many parts of the country today.
Voters are picking state leaders and deciding local issues here. That includes proposals to raise the pay of the Dallas mayor, also city council members. Dan is live with more on the elections. Good morning, Dan.
Well, good morning, Lauren. We have had some light rain this morning. Nothing torrential, but not exactly ideal conditions for getting people out to the polls. As you mentioned, this polling place and all the others around the state of Texas has been open now for just a few minutes. Those who do cast a ballot today will find a number of big statewide races, including Texas governor, lieutenant governor, one U.S. Senate seat, and an amendment to the state constitution that supporters say would get more roads and freeways built. In the city of Dallas, voters are deciding whether to raise the salary of the mayor along with members of the city council. This has actually been a divisive issue, with voices lining up on both sides of the question. The proposed charter amendment would increase the pay of the mayor from $60,000 to $80,000 annually. City council members would go from $37,500 per year to $60,000. Another proposed charter amendment would alter the way the city redraws city council districts, and another would add gender identity and expression to the city's non-discrimination rules. There are a total of 9 charter amendments being decided by Dallas voters today. Polling places throughout the state will remain open until 7 o'clock tonight. Reporting live in Fort Worth, Dan Godwin on Good Day.
In the race for lieutenant governor, Republican State Senator Dan Patrick of Houston is expected to beat Democratic State Senator Leticia Vandepute. Patrick has focused on border security and keeping taxes low. Vandepute is focused on education in her campaign. Libertarian Robert Butler and Green Party candidate Chakakantha Courtney also running as well. Republican George P. Bush is using his famous name to try to win the job of land commissioner. He faces off with Democrat John Cook for the job that primarily deals with managing revenue from mineral rights on state-owned land. It is Bush's first run for public office. Libertarian Justin Knight and Green Party candidate Valerie Alisi are also running. Texas voters are going to see one constitutional amendment on the ballot today. The vaguely worded amendment would provide money to the Texas Department of Transportation to help build and also maintain the roads. Specifically, it would provide up to $1.7 billion a year in TxDOT, but would not pay for toll roads. This money would come from a portion of the state's tax on oil and gas production. There would be some restrictions on that, though. It only applies to production taxes above what was generated in 1987. And the money would only go to TxDOT after the state's rainy day fund is funded to a certain level. I know, a lot to follow there. A Texas House committee would decide that level every 2 years. Yeah, a lot to follow.
My eyes glazed over.
Well, the big question nationally is whether Republicans are going to win control of the U.S. Senate.
They need 6 more than the 45 seats they have right now. Republicans expected to pick up Democratic seats in South Dakota, Montana, West Virginia, and Arkansas. They are leading in polls in Iowa, Alaska, and Colorado. But they could lose 1 seat, now held by a Republican in Kansas, to an independent who leans Democrat. Could be runoffs for Senate seats in Louisiana and Georgia. So we really might not know if it's close who wins until sometime next year with those runoffs. Here in Texas, polls close at 7 o'clock tonight. We've got information on how to find your polling place on myfoxdfw.com. Click on the banner at the top of the page. Tonight and tomorrow morning we have results. And you can follow us on social media with the hashtag Fox4Elections.